You're this perp back with another video, and finally we are here at the season finale of Raising Kanan season 1. Whew. Now I can breathe. Very interesting finale, very dope season. I feel like this is just my opinion, and maybe it's just the 90s aesthetic. I feel like Raising Kanan is probably the better series out of the bunch, even better than the original Power. That's a hot take. I understand that. But before I get into this review, hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at perpminded420. So it starts off where we've left off with episode 9. Kanan has to get the fuck off the streets, and ditch the gun and everything. Scrappy is the one that picks him up. Marvin was supposed to kind of help in this whole process, but it's interesting what happens with Marvin in this episode. He even makes an eye joke at Scrappy. It was hilarious. This is where Kanan really gets his humor from, is Marvin, and you could see it as clear as day. So we go back to the hospital, and we see Famous there and Jess, and they see how we're getting rolled in, and the streets are just going crazy. Cops is out. Lulu is trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and he needs to find Rock, and he doesn't care what he has to do to find her. Cops are on the search for looking for the killer. It's interesting, man, and I like this scene right here where you have Kanan acknowledging Scrappy and him being a soldier, and then pretty much acknowledging each other. Hopefully we get to see more of Scrappy in season 2. Now, Kanan meets up with his mom to kind of just clean him up, make sure he's good, you know what I'm saying? And asking him, how many times did you shoot him? He's like, at first he says 3, then he says 2. And that's kind of problematic for everybody, because if, Howard decides to tell who shot him, that's going to come down on Rock. So while this is all going on, you have a new police captain. He's really really enforcing this whole issue. And I'm wondering how that is all going to play into season 2. Are they going to do more investigations? Also, this is something you've never seen in the original Power, like the cops actually trying to do their job. Bravo, Raising Kanan, bravo. You're actually kind of making it more balanced as far as, it goes with the criminals and the police and stuff. Anyways, Kanan has to stay at the store, till things kind of die down, till Marvin could come pick him up. So the police continue to, just arrest anybody that has anything to do with Unique. Unique's trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. But before you can, Marvin is planting stuff in his room. Like he's going to put the jacket back into his room. So when they find the coat there, they could easily just snatch him up, because they're running through everywhere in New York, the projects and everywhere. Now, this was a really dope scene right here, and makes me really like Jukebox's character, at least the young Jukebox. I think she really captures the original Jukebox, and just how her mannerisms and stuff. I think they really did a great job of casting her character. But she gets stopped by Burke, starts to ask questions, and Burke was about to take her in, but doesn't, because I feel like she knows exactly about the whole Nicole situation because of the note. It's really interesting that she would kind of let that go. So we have an interesting scene here of Lulu driving around with Jess and Famous. Somebody pulls up next to him, bumping Famous's song, and then just going crazy. And Famous is just loving it, man. And Lulu just really doesn't care. He just wants to get to Rock. Rock is moving things around in the projects in case they shake things down, which they will shake things down in the projects. So that whole shoot thing going down to the second floor really comes in handy. Jukebox visits Kanan, and this is my favorite scene because this brings me back to the original Power. Kanan, Jukebox pretty much telling Kanan like, "Yo, you all this fake tough guy shit, that's not you." Which that goes back to when we see Jukebox holding Tyreek captive, and they're having that whole standoff, and Jukebox is saying like, talking to Tyreek and telling him like, look, this guy is not who he says he is and stuff. And it's starting to just make more sense. It's really crazy. I really like that scene. But anyways, going over to Marvin, because he gets himself into some trouble, because of Tony. He has this warrant out for his arrest because he gets stopped at this checkpoint. So, you already know he's kind of mad. Meanwhile, Lulu is able to track down Rock at the projects, tries to confront her, saying like, yo, I'm out. And Rock's like, nah, you're not out. This is blood in, blood out type shit. Like, and man, that was really crazy, really cool. And I like this one scene that we get at the precinct where we see Marvin and he comes in contact with Tony. He's like, oh, this is your CI? Like, just cracking jokes. And I'm wondering what they're going to do with Marvin's character, because they didn't really show exactly where his character is going to go. If his character is going to get locked up with Unique, that would be really interesting. But going back to the store, Julianne's visited by Birkin, somebody, I think his name was Gomez or something like that. Maybe a new character that we're going to see in season 2 as well. And they almost kind of get busted, but Julia pretty much kind of blurs out the name Unique, and this is where they finally kind of get their lead and start to go after Unique. While this is going on, the cops search Rock's place in the projects, and she kind of plays it off by making cornbread, and you could just tell the cops just didn't want to do all this, man. Anyways, we get back to Unique, and he's going to the penthouse trying to just pack everything up. He's getting these weird vibes, and obviously for good reason. He sees that the coat that was missing is back there, and he already put 2 and 2 together, that, and I'm going to make a prediction right now. I don't know what's going to happen in season 2 or 3, but I feel like Unique is going to be the one to kill Rock. That's my hot take. Let me know how you guys feel about that. So Symphony gets called by Rock and says, yo, you gotta go pick up Kanan. You know what I'm saying? They end up driving to Maryland, which that's kind of odd, but we'll see how that goes. And we'll probably get more backstory on Symphony. I really like that we have this little touching moment of Jukebox saying, I love you to Kanan, and Kanan saying, I love you too, Jukebox. And man, that was kind of sad, because we already know where that kind of goes. I'm wondering what Jukebox is going to be doing in season 2. We get a quick scene of Jessica and Lulu talking as well, and Lulu is just telling Jess to shut the fuck up. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. So the episode ends. We get that iconic Power scene of the one that's in charge looking over all of New York. You had Tyreek looking all over the campus. You had Ghost looking over Truth. And now Rock feels like she's won, but we already know that it's going to be spooky for her, because Howard has woken up. I don't know what he's going to say. Is he going to say Unique is the one that shot him, or is it going to be Kanan? What do you think? It only makes sense that it would be Unique instead of Kanan, because he needs to use Kanan, but I feel like Howard's definitely going to be pissed at Rock, for good reason. Now, this whole time, I'm just like, why hasn't Jukebox opened up that letter? And she finally opens up that letter, and it kind of puts her mind at ease, but also makes her sad. This was a really dope episode, in my opinion. It's interesting the way that they kind of paced this episode, because all they really did is, for the majority of the episode is try to get Kanan off the streets, and a lot of setting up for the next season. I thought it was still solid. It kept me on my feet. Unique is locked up now. I'm wondering how long. Like I said earlier, I definitely think he could possibly get out, just like Kanan was able to get out as soon as he was like early release. Maybe he takes a back seat and comes back for season 3 or something like that. But we're definitely gonna get new characters. I thought this was a good episode. Surprisingly, a lot of the main cast are still alive in this season, and it goes to show you that they're gonna do a lot with this series. This definitely is in it for the long haul. But let me know how you guys feel about this episode. Was this a dope finale? Were you disappointed? Till next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.